and we will be soon celebrating our centennial year. A lot has changed in India. In the last 8 to 9 months, we call it that this is the second wave of economic development and liberalization coming through. The thrust in India today is on global partnerships, on manufacturing and on innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, today we bring a delegation which fulfills all of these three criteria which the Indian government has set out. We have part of our delegation, most of our delegates in fact from the manufacturing sector. We have some very, very innovative companies, and they will be shortly showing them their value proposition as they come to present their company. But there are companies ranging from agriculture to nanotechnology to engineering to construction equipment to power equipments and renewable power generation. All of it forms a part of this package, this delegation which has come in today. While a lot of our delegates are looking at active trade with Tanzania, there are certain things that we have also experienced in the East African region wherever we have gone and tried to do business or make investments, that there are certain structural changes that would also need to come in. For example, there is a common tariff regime in the entire East African area. In India, we have taken a long while to correct an anomaly called the inverted duty structure, wherein the finished good attracts lower custom duty and the components attract a higher custom duty. So in fact, it becomes cheaper to manufacture the product outside the country and bring it in just on account of that custom duty. So ideally it should be that the component must attract zero or lesser custom duty, and the finished good must attract a higher custom duty for you to promote local value add in this country. So we have requested quite a few governments where we are trying to do business in East Africa now to correct that. But I believe that there has to be understanding between all the members part of the East African Common Tariff regime to bring about that change. Secondly, we in India, the smaller companies, the MSME, the small-scale companies in India, which form the backbone of the Indian economy, always received certain preferences in terms of in government businesses. These preferences have helped in keeping the business within the country. And these preferences have now started to come up in countries like Kenya and Uganda, where some of us are doing business. We would want to understand how that functions here as well, and maybe our delegates can take advantage of that and try and figure out how they can make their investments here. There are certain incentives in India that we get for research and development, and that has promoted a lot of R&D in our country, and we hope that the same at some point of time would also be coming into countries in Africa where we can promote skill-based research and development. The talent pool, the manpower pool is all available. I think it's the enabling ecosystem which all of us need to focus on. So I would like to give more time to my team to make their presentation. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to express our gratitude for all the hospitality and all the welcome extended to us. It's nice to see a full house of business houses from Tanzania who are wanting to meet with us and to establish the possibility of doing some business with us. Thank you so much for your time. And before Nitesh takes over, and just so that we can save some more time, slowly our delegates, one by one, our delegates will try to tell you what they bring, the value add that they bring to the table here. But I would go first so that I don't need to come back again. I come from a company called Danke Electricals Limited. We are in the electrical equipment business. We manufacture transformers, control relay panels, switch gears. We also do substations, transmission lines. And in the East African and African region, one of the primary business